Hey everyone, welcome back to Adventures with Edna. I'm Chris. Chance is going to be in a later part of this video, which we actually filmed yesterday. You may know that we recently bought an oil bath air cleaner for Edna, which is the original style that would have come on her flathead. There was always been this little hot rod style paper filter on there, and I kind of don't like it because I get just enough blow by through the oil cap that it kind of seems like within 2 or 3 months it'll have a thin layer of oil around the outside of it, and then suddenly I got to change the filter again because these things are very sensitive to clean air. This video is actually going to take place over the course of a couple days. We already have some of the filming done, and then we have a little bit we got to finish up today. So Saturday, when we were over at Doug's house and we got the new coolant reservoir done, if you haven't seen that video, definitely go check that out. We also took the oil bath filter over there to try to get rid of some of the dents in it. It's a little bit dinged up. It's actually in pretty nice shape overall, but we tried to work on some of the dents in it just to kind of clean up the look a little bit. Let's check that out.
It's better. It ain't never gonna be great without taking it apart. And I just overstretched that a little bit. Nope. Nope. All right, hang on to that. See if I can. Okay.
I don't know if that's like
I seem like that should be to the side, like towards number 3 cylinder on the right, or because it's here. It seems like that ought to be the front of the motor.
Yeah.
Just to me, I mean, I don't know, and it just seemed like that's the place that would. It just seems out of place, and I guess it's not wrong over there, but I don't know. I'm like you. What's correct? Because they don't have any way to index it. It just clamps.
I kind of like the little key setup on the side. I think that's neat. I guess there's a tiny wing nut on it compared to like normal carburetor.
I know it's a tiny little thing.
Lose it, you never find another one like it.
Oh, wow. See how I made that go away?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got to learn working with metal, is you can't Just beat hell out of it, just to beat it. Gotta beat it with purpose. Yes.
Too nice, only went down 1 degree.
What?
Only went down 1 degree, but it didn't go up.
What's the meat temperature?
130 something, 140 something.
Is there a 2x4, 2x2, 2x anything? I turned 180 degrees. I want to work there, but flip it all the way around. No, this way.
Oh.
Hold it so I can push.
Alright, so we're going to clean this filter element because it is extremely disgusting. As you can see in there, there's some bugs and some dirt and stuff. Got like just little tiny insects everywhere. It's really nasty. We have a trash can right here. Don't tell Mary, but we stole this from the bathroom. Don't tell her. But we're just gonna kind of try to get all the inside of this, clean it out, make it look a lot shinier as if it was new, if we like just got it. And we're gonna do that using gasoline.
All right, put it in there. Bring it over here. We'll put it on the ground so it's not so high for you.
Just put it in here, like that.
Yeah.
Just pour gasoline on it. How much do you want me to put in?
A lot.
Oh, a lot.
And then take that cap will unscrew.
Okay. You just said put a lot in it?
Yeah, we're basically going to soak that puppy.
I'm getting on my shoes. I don't like that. So gas is like a green type color?
Yeah.
Let me get a better grip on it. Alright. So we're just gonna soak the whole thing in there?
Yeah, it's starting to look dirty.
Yeah. So until the whole thing's covered?
Yeah.
Is there enough gas for that?
Possibly. That should be good.
It's almost empty now.
Look how nasty it's getting quick.
Yeah, look at the gas. And look, this thing know there was actually bugs in there. You can see a tiny little fly or something in there. Mosquito.
Ugh. All right, dunk that thing in there a little bit. That's why you got the gloves on.
It's all the way in there.
Pull it out and see what pours out of it. Or pick it up and see what it pours out. See if it's all nasty coming out.
Oh yeah. Look at that color. I got a little bit on my wrist.
Be all right.
Look how nasty that watercolor is. It used to be clear when it was pouring out, but it's almost just like a dark green with like some black and dark brown.
All right, drop it back in there. Well, not drop it, but
Like, just get it in there without.
yeah. Kind of go like this a little bit.
Is that so it can kind of get it all?
Mm-hmm.
Let's flip it kind of like the other way, like that. See that? I almost got it in my mouth.
Yeah, don't get it in your mouth.
That would be bad. Can I get sick from it?
Probably wouldn't taste good. You spit in fire.
Really?
No.
I'd actually be a dragon for once.
It's pretty nasty. Look how black it is. You can't even see the bottom.
All right, now what?
Let's let it soak for a few minutes and we'll come back.
Fully get it in there. Good?
Yeah. Your lips are farting.
Later.
All right, so we decided to let this sit overnight. Just to make sure we get everything good and loosened up. You can see a good bit of it evaporated because, you know, we filled it up over the top of this, so just exposed gasoline disappears fast. Who would have thought it? So we're going to take this out. It is so much cleaner in there now. Seems like all of the crud and stuff is out. So next what we got to do is we got to let this thing kind of air out, which hopefully won't take that long. Yeah, that's a major difference over how it looked originally. You can see down there, all that was black yesterday. Now the screen itself looks silver, and the mesh inside looks kind of grayish. We feel pretty good about that. So we'll set that over to the side to dry. Let's take a little more advantage of this gasoline. We've got our oil cap here, which is pretty well saturated at this point. So we might as well let that soak and get that out of there. We use this gas to clean up this other half some. It's fairly clean overall, but there's a little bit of buildup on the inside and stuff we might as well try to take care of. You can see it's still dented up a little bit. Doug did the best he could. There was actually a bad pinch over here, and it was kind of high, and we straightened that out. And this was a little high here, but we couldn't get in behind it to get to the dents like this one. The way it's built, you can't just put something on the other side and try to push it out, and then the only way to really get in there would be to break the seam apart, and we were kind of worried about tearing it up, and we didn't want to do that. So we decided to just kind of let it be. So we're going to run it like that. So let's see if we can't clean this out a little better. Actually, why bend over when we got a whole work table right here? Basically using the gasoline as a solvent. That's kind of scrubbing out pretty well. We didn't even have to soak it. I don't know if there's an actual difference between gasoline and petrol, or if it's just, Europe versus us. But I actually watched a video a while back where this German guy, they had subtitles because it wasn't in English, was basically degreasing an engine that he had taken apart for a Porsche. And he was saying how he thought that petrol was the best solvent to use and best thing to use for cleaning engines. This is the first time that I remember really using it. I do remember as a kid when my dad and I would work on his Model A, I remember soaking some parts in either like paint thinner as a solvent, and I do remember soaking carburetor parts in gasoline. So am I doing the same thing, or am I doing something totally different? It is working pretty well. I'm not having to, these are just paper towels. I'm not even scrubbing. It is kind of funny that the top half of this is aluminum, the bottom half is steel. Seems like nothing's made out of aluminum back in those days. Most of me is trying to get down into this groove here. Make sure that's good and clean. See, there's a pinch seam down here, and that was really the only way to get inside, but we were kind of afraid we'd just destroy it trying to mess with that, so we left it alone. Well, there's a little bit of a gasket right in there. Like that's coming off. At least not without forcing it. Oh, there we go. It just needs a little bit more, loosening. Well, that kind of gets in there where there was a lot of buildup. Weird how they use two different metals on this. Like, why didn't they make the whole thing aluminum? Blast it clean with a little carb cleaner. Man, that takes the rest of the paint right off, doesn't it? That paint just blow right off of there. That's crazy. Apparently it wasn't holding on too well to begin with. I was thinking about taking a wire wheel to it. I should have just hit it with the carb cleaner to begin with. That looks good. Set that over here. Get the paint off of this. What you want to do is make sure you get your paper towels, the clean ones. That way they've already got the carb cleaner on them when you want to use them next. Set that aside. Now we just got our little wing nut for it. See if we can get the paint off of that too. Guess now that I got a factory air cleaner, I should try to get a factory cap. Nothing's coming apart. Apparently I didn't hit record while I was painting that. Great.
2,000 years later.
I think that made for kind of a cool look. What I was thinking was, especially after I was going to paint the whole thing black, like it would have been originally, but then just kind of figured that the paint might not stick to the aluminum too well, or it might start coming off. So I just decided, since the bottom half for us, just to put a little coat of paint on that, and then leave the rest of it in the raw aluminum, which I kind of like. I think it looks kind of cool. What do you guys think? Now, we've got to find some oil so we can fill this thing. So all we have left to do is add some oil. And if you can see right here, it says oil level with a little arrow right there that points at this line. So that's how much oil's got to go in there. More than I would have thought, but should be fine. I didn't see any super specific directions. Even the Ford shop manual that I got just says to, you know, clean it out and add some oil. I don't think we need to go too high, because it looks like it's leaning a little towards the front, but we're also kind of leaning to this side. That puts us on the fill line on that side. So let's put maybe a tiny bit more. No, I don't know. I'm going to go with that. I feel a little afraid to put too much oil in it. And while we're at it, we should check the oil. It looks a little low. It's also leaning. Maybe we'll top that off a little bit real quick. This is actually not the oil that I use, but it is the weight I use. I normally put in 15W40 diesel oil, but I actually normally get the Motorcraft brand. Let's put a little bit on the head. Rookie move. That should be good. There wasn't a lot left in there. I wonder if that gets oily. Yep. So I guess I got to remember in the future, if I pull that off, it's going to drip. Get our wing nut on there, tighten that down. We're not going anywhere today. I didn't tighten down the little tightening rod here, but it's only 55 degrees out here, so the paint is a little bit tacky. So I probably won't go anywhere till tomorrow. So in the meantime, we'll just let her sit. There. I got a new look and a filter. Well, all I got left now is just to do a little bit of cleanup. I still have paper towels and the paint cans and the old gas. I got to make that go away. Special thanks to Doug for helping out again with the dent situation. Also to Chance for getting the filter element cleaned out. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys liked the look that I went with. Probably slightly unconventional. I don't know. But I think it looks kind of cool. Don't forget, there's adventures out there everywhere. You just have to look. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.